So this is my fight breakdown for Luis Alberto Lopez versus Angelo Leo. Lopez came out trying to be aggressive. He was throwing some big shots early on. But with Leo, he was just fighting his style throughout the whole fight. He took the best shots that Lopez could offer, um, especially like the combinations early on and just the things he was trying to do as far as using the jab, but it didn't really work. I think Leo was leaning on him most of the fight. Made him fight in the phone booth. It made Lopez very uncomfortable. He turned his back one or two times to the referee, and it's like he almost walked away from Leo like during the fight. I don't know if he took a shot to the head that kind of had him out of it, but he was definitely having some issues as far as dealing with Leo, because Leo's aggressive style and the way he was fighting toe to toe on him, it made him look pretty bad in the fight. I'm gonna be honest with you, because he looked like an amateur. He wasn't really disciplined. His fundamentals was out of whack. He wasn't fighting like his normal self. And then with Leo, also the power punches he was landing and the clinches made Lopez very uncomfortable. He wasn't really fighting like he wanted to actually be there after a while. It's like he took the fight out of him almost. It's like Leo literally took the fight out of Lopez, and he didn't want to fight that type of fight. He wanted to be on the outside and just move around and dip and tiptoe, but Leo was closing in, forcing him to fight in the phone booth, and Lopez didn't have a lot of success with that. Took a lot of big shots to the face, to the body as well, but it took a lot of shots to the face. His hands were low most of the fight. Kept dropping his hands. It was a bad recipe for that type of fight. And Leo is fighting in front of a home crowd. He came out to fight tough, man. He wasn't really trying to lay down. And that 10th round knockout was one of the biggest knockouts I'd have seen in years. I'm talking about, he caught him flush and laid him out. And Lopez was on the ground and could not move. Even though he was still awake, his eyes was open, he was just out of it, man. He couldn't really, his body shut down for a minute. I think the punch Leo put on Lopez sent shockwaves through his body, and he couldn't really do anything about it. That was a huge punch. That was a good setup from him, and I think he did a good job in the fight, man. I think he really did. I was very impressed by what I seen from Leo, and a lot of people picked Leo to win this fight, so I'm not really surprised. But a lot of these fights were 50-50 fights. It was an excellent fight from Leo. His strategy, and he stuck to his game plan. Doesn't have a lot of knockouts, but with the way his style is and the way he was leaning and causing Lopez to fight in the inside, it wore Lopez down, and he was mentally and physically drained, and that's what led to the knockout. It was a huge knockout. But if Lopez can ever bounce back from something, it needs to be right now, because the way he kind of went out in that fight, it's almost like usually guys aren't the same, as far as not because of any damage, but as far as the way he's thinking, like, because in that fight right there, he had the fight taken to him and he couldn't answer, man. He folded. He literally folded in that fight. And that was before the knockout. He was folding. He was giving up, and the things he was doing was not really for somebody who wants to win a fight. From what I've seen, it wasn't somebody who really wanted to win the fight, and everything went bad. But it was a good fight by Leo, man. He did an excellent job in this fight. Fought like a real champion. He's the new IBF champion, featherweight champion, and now he gets to replace Lopez as the guy. But that was a very good fight, man. Lopez definitely let his guard down on that one. But that was a good knockout by Leo. Possible knockout of the year. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.